Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today's one will be titled Why God Lets Bad Things Happen. So I just want to say welcome back to another video. Has been a little bit. I just literally looked and I've uploaded a month ago, so it's been anywhere between 1 month and 2 months. So to be honest, there's no good reason why I haven't. Just a bit of laziness on my end, and just been, I don't know, might make another video about this, but just feeling a bit of a wave of, I don't know, unmotivation, I guess. But life's been interesting recently, to say the least. I've been trying to lock myself back in. I have been doing better than I think my last video. I've been going to the gym and doing a bit better. So anyway, enough yapping. Let's get into the video. So this is one of the most asked questions about faith, and one that I will be happy to get into today, since discerning it and learning it for myself. So this is a very tough question that a lot of people ask, and if you don't discern, you don't think about it, it is a very tough question to answer. By the way, please disregard all that, just pretend it's not there. Basically, I'm going to break it down in 3 reasons. So reason number 1 is free will. Reason number 2 is God allows but doesn't create evil. Reason 3 is this: life is not the whole story. So let's get into reason number 1, which is free will. So God made us free so that we can love. Love can't be forced. There needs to be a choice. And by the way, I'm just looking up because this is how I make videos. I basically write what I'm going to say and then I say it. Anyway, otherwise, if we didn't have the choice to love, then we would basically be programmed like robots, and we would just love God and have no choice. But of course, to love someone, you need to have a choice to choose good or bad. So love is choosing love instead of the bad thing, choosing self-sacrifice over just doing things for yourself because you can't be bothered, right? Most evil in the world, so there's war, cruelty, things like abuse, whatever form it may come in, it comes from humans misusing our own free will, not from God. So it's quite simple to understand and hard at the same time that free will means that we can choose what we want to do. So I can go and choose to do something bad with my time, or I can choose to do something good with my time. If something bad is always removed, we would only do a certain amount of actions. And that means you and I, we have no free will. The vices that we have wouldn't exist. I don't know, doom scrolling, watching shows, wasting our time, all these types of things would just be removed. So people love to say, oh, why does evil exist? And when you actually think about life without evil, it's quite, I'm not going to say scary, but we're basically just robots, and God wants to give us that opportunity to choose what we want to do with our free time. He wants to know that we choose Him over all the other things that this world pulls us towards. You know, playing games, watching videos, watching movies, just sleeping all the time, whatever it is. Now, reason number 2 is God permits but doesn't create evil. So God would never allow evil unless He could bring good from it. That's from Saint Augustine, and it's also in the Catechism for my Catholics out there. So that's as simple as it is. We all know in retrospect, most, I'm not going to say all, evil can produce good in a way. Whether it's the passing of someone, it produces more resilience in whatever, and sometimes it's just not fair at all. Life is just not fair. I haven't lost someone close to me, so I can't really say I've experienced that one, and I'm not going to talk much about it because I haven't experienced it, and someone on the other side of this video maybe has, but you can discern that a bit more for yourself. I always like to use AI as a tool, just go back and forth and talk to God as well. Something I've been doing a lot more of recently is talking directly to God, and it's been great. Next is, a lot of people get shocked when they find out God has to allow someone to get possessed by a demon. So unless God allows it, a person cannot get possessed. But a lot of people question, why would he want someone to go through that? Or why would he let someone get possessed? Well, because on the other side of it is someone more holier. Or there's basically two ways you can go, holier or even worse. But this is something where it's like you have no choice but to really depend on God. So I'll give you an example. Someone, who is far from their faith gets possessed one way or another, and they have no choice but to run to God, go to a priest, start becoming closer to the faith, to be sanctified. And some might see that as bad, but on the other side of that liberation of the evil spirit is someone who becomes really close with their faith, and now their whole life path has changed. So if God allows someone to get possessed, it's for our benefit in the end, not for any other reason. So any suffering, any pain, anything in our life is ultimately for our greater good, whether it's us being disciplined for something we've done. Sometimes it's just the world being unfair. But even if it's the world being unfair, we're eventually going to reap the rewards when we go to heaven, because that's what we chose. One thing we have to understand as well is comfort does not force us to grow. So we hear this a lot with self-help gurus, and it's true. On the other side of a lot of pain is growth. That could never happen otherwise. I'm even sure some people in this video have experienced massive growth from massive pain or a bad situation in their life. Reason 3 is this life isn't the whole story. So God promises to wipe away every tear. That's in Revelations 21-4. The scales get balanced in eternity, but not always here. So that point is one of the harder ones to accept, because we're human, we're dumb, and we think this life is basically all we have. But that's obviously not true. If we act like this life is all that we have, we will be deceived. God always uses situations either for our temporal, so earthly needs, or our eternal afterlife needs or benefit. So when you think about the concept of eternity, 100 years, I don't think most of us will live to 100 years nowadays, but let's just say, God willing, 70 to 80 years, it's just a speck in eternity, right? Like, really think about eternity. It's actually never going to end. That's a concept that used to scare me a lot, but for anyone that concept does scare, the way I cope with it is I can't grasp the concept right now, and there's no point in me trying to understand it, so I can't just put it in the back of my mind, and when I get to heaven, hopefully, then I'll be okay with it. And cool, I'm here forever. It's a scary concept to try and understand as a human. Anyway, other things to note is God didn't watch our suffering from a distance. He actually participated in it. When Jesus, who is God, was tortured, he was killed, and he was completely innocent. And God turned the worst evil ever, the killing of Jesus Christ, into the greatest good ever, our salvation and the resurrection. So that's kind of the most basic and most known example of good coming from bad. It looks like, if you look at it from face value, oh no, Jesus died, that's bad. Greater scheme of things, it's good. I myself personally haven't been through a very tough situation. I have my story, been through some things, but nothing really that bad in life has happened to me. And my heart goes out to anyone who has experienced real pain and loss in their life. It would be harder for them to come to terms with what I'm trying to say in this video, but I do pray for you, and you can always reach out to me for, I don't know, some outside advice if needed. But it's very important as well that we don't pretend that after watching this video, life is easy. It's not easy. Evil is hard. It's hard to accept, hard to understand, hard to acknowledge, and we are only humans, right? So this video isn't meant to make you think that life is just easy, because it's not. But if it's framed in the right way, it does relieve a lot of the mental load for yourself. So we need to realize when there is evil, there is really two choices we have, and it's to either get worse or better from it. So obviously, The spiritual attack from the evil side wants you to blame God, run away. Why did this happen? If God existed, this would have not happened. Don't let that spiral happen. So we don't always get to know the why or understand why something is happening. We sometimes just need to fully surrender to God with childlike trust. We just need to acknowledge that it's happened and God's with us, and we need to be okay in these situations. So that's really what we have to do. One main thing to keep in mind as well is that the world is full of evil. There are so many people who have no clue what it means to be a true Christian. Many that are doing occult and demonic practices, cursing people, using dark forces, offending God multiple times a day. God promised us in the Bible that this is not how things will end. So eventually, God will put his foot down. So have hope. We just need to do our best to become holy in a dark world. So we don't want evilness to win and for people to run away from their faith. One last thing I will leave you with, even though I have a bit more to get through. So I don't know what I was doing when I was journaling this one, but if there was no such thing as bad, there would be no such thing as good, like I explained at the start. And a good concept to understand is if there wasn't a fire that happened in someone's house, then there would be no heroic fireman that runs in and saves someone. So there is no choice for good and there is no bad in the world. So the fire would have not happened. There is no, oh, look at that guy, so cool, so good, what a guy, right? None of those would exist. It's just, you got to sit with it for a bit and really think no bad happening in this world. So imagine just living in 100% unison and alignment with God's will. I don't even think like I can grasp what that would look like. It means, I don't know, is it wrong for me to watch YouTube videos? Is it wrong for me to watch certain movies? It probably is, right? 90% of my life would probably be wiped away. That's just the reality of it. So really try and sit there with it. It's just often the people rooted in sin using this argument. It's an empty argument, right? If bad was removed, most of us here would be removed. We are the bad ones. God does not make us make bad choices. We ourselves make bad choices. So we need to come to God for his mercy, knowing that he is the eternal good. No bad in the world means no free will. It means no one has any bad traits, which every single person does. And we can't choose good. There will just be life. There's no bad. There just is. There's just life. And that's it. No good, just life. And us, basically robots programmed to do what we were programmed to do. Programming AI, right? AI is not going to, I don't know, like AI robot human. We've seen movies where they get autonomy or whatever, but just imagine it couldn't sway from what we told it to do. An AI robot has no soul because you are going to do these things for me and you have no choice. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? There's no free will. God doesn't know if we love him or not. That's why in Genesis, you can eat fruit from the garden. Don't eat that fruit. Because God needed to see that Adam and Eve chose him over choosing the bad thing. Choosing love is a hard and active thing sometimes. And it's a very selfless act. And it's hard to do. And it's hard to stick by sometimes. But that's what just makes this life worth it. Choosing God over evil, even though we'll all fall short. That's why we're lucky to have confession. So that's really cool. But we can become really holy because we have a choice. And in today's day and age, with so many distractions and evil, if we become holy, it holds so much more power. Because there is so much bad to do, and yet God will see us trying our best to choose him in a world that is full of all these dark and evil things, he will be ever more pleased. Can't remember who the saint was, but there was a saint that made a vision to someone. I don't know if it was like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, but it was like in the internet era. And the saint said, if I were to overcome all the things you were going through, I would be in a much higher place in heaven and I would be much holier. Because you and I, our distractions today and the evil we have ready on hand, you got your phone, you got the internet. There are a lot of bad things to do, but there are a lot of good things to do as well. So God will see, wow, look at people posting about money, people posting about being with multiple girls, and here you have my servant denying all of that, trying to follow me the best he can, and all the other distractions in this world. That's two very small examples, but it's cool to think about that we have an opportunity where we can become really holy because we can overcome these things. So just been recently deep diving into more things like this. And again, I'm going to say this on all my videos, do your own research. Some things I say in videos might be incorrect. I'm not perfect, not saying the wrong thing on purpose. I am human. I'm a sinner just like everyone else, and I'm not perfect. And when I say these videos, I say them for myself as well. It's not like I fully understand this, and if something bad happens, I'm like, well, it's meant to happen for a reason, and I'm just like a soldier. No, I need to hear what I'm saying as much as anyone else on the other side of this video. I need to remind myself, and that's the selfish half of me making videos, is me being able to articulate what I've learned, say it, learn it again myself, and have a video where I can connect with like-minded people. So I make these videos to get my ideas out there and out of a place of love for others and duty to God. But that doesn't mean my ideas might not fall short and I might say some things that are wrong. So just wanted to get that out there. But thank you for watching this video. If you did make it this far, if you've got any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. To any of the business guys out there, I will be dropping a video explaining my business I'm going to run soon. I want to make these videos a bit more interactive as well. Maybe make a video about how my faith is going at the moment, just to be honest, and get what I'm feeling out there. To be honest, I haven't been as connected, I would say. I'm doing the actions that I've always done, but I don't know. I feel like something's missing at the moment, and I think I might be a bit too distracted. And recently I've been getting rid of distractions and it's been good. So maybe someone else needs to hear the things I'm doing to try and connect to God more and try and hear his voice more. There's just so many distractions in this world, and sometimes they're not bad distractions either. Bad distractions like business and working. So someone might have, so my family will be retired, whatever. There are definitely bad distractions. I don't know if you can see, but there is a PlayStation there I got 2 weeks ago. I've been playing Black Ops 2. Anyone plays the ported version on PS5. It's getting a bit boring, but I'm happy it's getting boring because I was playing it way too much. Just so I don't make this video an hour and a half long, I'm going to end it there. Love you all. I do this because I really want to reach more people. I want people to learn about the faith, and that's it for today. Hopefully I can stay consistent and make more of these videos because I really do enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for today. Peace.